Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are doing yet another tag video. And this one was created by fellow YouTuber Dave Maggot, and it's called the Final Destination tag, based on the Final Destination horror franchise, which started back in 2000 with this one right here. Probably one of my favorite films from the early 2000s when it comes to horror, and I thought it was such a unique, refreshing idea. So yeah, there's a lot of tag videos going around, guys. I'm doing my best to try and keep up, and I also have an original one created by me, which I'm going to unveil shortly. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to try and keep up, folks, and let's get started. We got 9 questions here from my buddy Dave Maggot, based on the Final Destination franchise. So, number 1 is, what is your favorite Final Destination film? It's definitely going to be the original for me, this one right here. So I just loved it. I thought it was so original and such a refreshing idea for a slasher type film. Technically it's not a slasher. There's not a lone killer with a knife and a mask or anything. It's death itself that is stalking you. And I thought that was such a cool idea. And it was very well done in the first film. So number 2, what are your top 3 kills in the series? So the first one for me is going to be the bus kill from the original film. When the girl just walks out into the street and she's like, "Screw you guys, I'm out of here." Boom! The bus comes out of nowhere. Smashes the crap out of her. It's brutal. And it's so sudden, it just takes you by surprise. You're like, whoa! You know? Out of nowhere. Next up is the plate glass kill in part 2. When the kid sees the pigeons on the ground and he just chases them away. And of course that distracts the driver of the forklift holding the plate glass window. And he lets loose and the plate glass window drops right on him, squashes him like a pancake. And his guts fly everywhere. It's brutal. Number 3 is the roller coaster kill in part 3. Now the idea of that scares the crap out of me, and I love roller coasters. I go on roller coasters all the time. Whenever I go to amusement parks, I want to go to the fastest, most extreme roller coaster possible. It's a great rush. But to think of something like this happening, and it has happened in real life, it just scares me, you know. And a lot of people die in that scene. They get split in half, they all fall to their deaths. It's nasty. So number 3, who are your favorite survivor couple in the series? I'm going to go ahead and agree with Dave Maggot on that one, and that is Alex and Claire from the original. That's one of the things I like about the original too. The acting was really good, which was missing in a lot of the later sequels. The acting gets worse and worse, you know. So next up, number 4, if death had you caught in its design, would you try to escape it, or would you just give in? You better believe I'm going to try and escape. Of course I'm going to try and escape. I'm going to fight till my last breath, until I can't fight any longer, you know. I'm going to do whatever it takes to try and survive. So number 5 is, what is your favorite beginning catastrophe in the series? So for me, again, it's the roller coaster scene in the third film, the beginning of part 3. Again, yeah, that just terrifies me, the idea of something like that happening when everybody's just at the amusement park just trying to have a great time and go on some roller coasters, and terror strikes. Next up, number 6 is, what is your least favorite Final Destination film? Again, I'm going to agree with Dave Maggot on that, part 5. Yeah, it's just the CGI is bad and the acting is really bad. I don't like any of the characters. I don't care about any of them. So yeah, it was, the only good thing about it was the ending. So number 7, what do you like and dislike about the series? Again, I love that. I love the idea of it. I love the premise. It's refreshing. It's very creative. And of course you got the awesome creative death scenes. And what's cool about it also is the events that lead up to a lot of the death scenes. It's like a chain reaction type thing. I love that. But I dislike a lot of the later entries where they had too much CGI and they relied heavily on this computer-generated effects. And also the acting is really bad in some of the later entries. And I didn't like a lot of the characters were just uninteresting and you didn't care about them. So number 8, do you like how the series ended? I'm gonna say yes, I did like the way how it was like secretly a prequel to the original film, on how it tied to the original film. We had the kid get on the plane and he looks at his ticket and it says May 2000, which was when the plane took off in the original film, and the kid had that premonition that everyone was going to die, and he decided to get off the plane, and when he did, the plane blew up and everybody died. So I thought that was a cool way to end it all. Number 9 is, if you had to make a part 6, what would you do with it? I would change the setting. I mean, because they did everything. They did it so many creative death scenes. They've done everything possible with the premise of it and with all the different characters that were in the series. So I would just change the setting. I would set it in medieval times, baby. I think that would be so cool to see what they could do with it in that kind of setting, medieval times. So yeah, just change the setting, really. That was the only thing that I could think of that would make it interesting and fun. So yeah, that's my answer for that one, and that's it for the Final Destination tag, folks. So this tag again was created by Dave Maggot, so check out his channel, like and subscribe, and check out his original video for the Final Destination tag. And I'm going to tag a few people now. I'm not sure if they've done it yet or not. I think a lot of people have done it already, but I'm just going to take a shot in the dark, and that's Movie Massacre, Lisa Loves, HorrorMetal, Horror Fan Man, and Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies. So guys, answer the call if you haven't already. Do the Final Destination tag. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.